You're a defense worker. Why would you park your car somewhere? Why would you come at 8:30 at night without a female? These are all the questions. Then he worked in the police department. There are just so many questions. And then afterward, they put the defense worker, because she came out and said, I want a drug test. I said, lady, I don't have to give you nothing because I don't have an open case with you. But anyways, I said, I'll do it just to prove the point. But you're not going to take my urine to go nowhere and contaminate it. Let somebody come in and do something instant. She called him on this wife. They said, young lady, don't worry, sir, there's no drugs in your system. And then they put up that worker to kept on harassing me and say, look, we think you've got too much on your plate. We're going to send someone in your house to wash your clothes, cook your food, babysit your kids, take you on errand. It appears to me they were trying to find another way because the first one didn't work. And I take them up on that offer, and they would bring me outside and maybe put somebody in my house to search and to plant, you know, things in my home. But the Lord have all just made me always
spirit.
About 2 months ago, I heard bum 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 in my door.
Take the coat and put it over there.
Come on.
Are you not rolling now, are you?
No, or a counter, yeah.
So we just work
Come on, sit up here, sweet.
with your hands in the head out.
Sit up here, Mama's doing the interview,
Okay,
okay?
let's go.
You need to step down.
Take that paper and pull it down.
Please remember.
No, pull it on the table. Put it on the table. Yeah, put it on the table. And take the microphone, Karen, and put it behind her. Behind her. The wire and everything.
Before we conclude to talk about that particular issue and what we state.
Yeah, you had so much, and I brought the pregnant issue. I wanted to see the stress that it was on your body. You said it was in another place. So
Yeah,
okay.
but that is an incident that happened prior to this incident, and I'm trying to show how dangerous the state of Georgia can be if you are standing up for your rights, and also for someone to understand why it's necessary for me to end up getting justice once and for all. That's why I'm bringing that whole issue in.
So you gotta bring in the pregnancy.
Now, do you want to start from where you started to talk about 2 months ago? You put in for the federal. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Just you said 2 months ago.
Okay. It's actually about a month and a half ago. I have to file what's called federal intervention with the House and Senate Judiciary, which hold jurisdiction over the United States Supreme Court. I've also filed with the FBI, which is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I filed with the Attorney General for the state of Georgia and for the United States. I've sent a copy of it to our newly elected president, President Obama. He runs his campaign talking about inequalities and all of that. So as the president, I want him to, and I know we have a lot on his plate, but I want him to basically take a look at the situation and perhaps just call upon the agency in charge, like the FBI, and say, please, I want to make sure that a thorough investigation in this month, motivated and determined to make sure I go through all the legal processes in order to have justice accomplished. I've also filed complaints with the Federal Bureau of Investigation with the Georgia. I've filed with the General for the state of Georgia in the United States, President Obama, and local law enforcement. So I have not received any response. I hope pretty soon that we will hear from these organizations and basically get the ball rolling, because I don't think that my cause will just end here. If there is laws that is in place that was supposed to prohibit these injustices from happening, obviously they didn't work. If there's laws that are not in place, I intend to petition the government to get in place and that basically carried out. Because whether in the United States or around the world, especially victims, should be treated in the manner our family was treated over the past 6 years, especially at the hands of the law, whose duty was to uphold the integrity of the law and also to basically perfect equality and justice for all on an equal plane. It does not matter if you're a lawyer. It shouldn't matter who you are. It shouldn't matter if you're rich or you're poor. The law was supposed to be equal, and that's why we have the 5th and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. And obviously, these courts did not follow the Constitution. It's a sad story. If they did, my family would never have been unjust in the manner that we were treated.
So we're looking at the balance scales of justice, and it's not balancing out. It's not representing the people that support the system, that hard everyday workers that go out and work hard to provide for their families, and in their time of need, justice hides its face. In another incident, we had talked early on about you being pregnant during the course of all this. And because of the pregnancy, it kept you from going to jail. Could you tell us more about that incident?
Okay, actually, there's a little bit of correction. It didn't happen after. So it was something that happened to me before, 13 years ago. And I think it's important to bring this issue into this. And it's just to reveal to people how our government and state can basically abuse and treat its citizens. And what happened in that incident was that my family had just removed to Georgia, and we were excited, and it was just out in August afternoon, August 5th, 13 years ago, of course, and just riding around, and then we end up in the Merchant Square shopping center located in the town of Riverdale, Georgia. And as I put shopping center, I had 2 children, and the younger baby started mother. I panicked, so I just pulled the fire line, and I comforted the baby, and at the point that he was okay, then I asked my husband, hold him, and I ran into the supermarket to the deli area and grab up some napkins to come back and just clean out the car. And when I returned, in just about I was approached by 2 police officers, and we had the emergency light on the car at the time to indicate that it was an emergency. And he wrote me tickets and confiscated my driver's license. So anyone's question would be, why are you taking my me? And rather than explaining to me the process, if their process may be different, because in New York and New Jersey, they give you your driver's license right away. And the officer just got into, just wanted to argue, very argumentative and just being rude and abrupt to me. And next thing I knew was that he just grabbed me, threw me down in the back of the car, and just began to pat search me as a female. And then he called the other officer to put the handcuff on me. I was shocked. I just went into shock because it happened so fast. There was no reason for him to do that. I was not read any rights. I wasn't even told that, what I was doing. And the next thing I know, I was knocked down during that process. I was knocked down to the ground and was injured. My husband and my 2 children were forced to watch while the ambulance picked me up and took me to the Southern Regional Hospital. And while I was at the hospital...
And what happened that caused the ambulance to come on the scene?
Because I was injured, resulting from being pushed down to the ground. And